Hey, what is going on guys? It's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I hope you guys are doing okay and that everyone is keeping safe. I want to start making videos again for you guys, so expect a lot more videos in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments below. I hope everyone's been good during the quarantine. So today, I want to do a super quick preview video on the Super Duck Final Fantasy VII Tifa Lockhart 1/6 scale figure. It goes by the name Fantasy Fighting Goddess, which I really don't know what that is. I mean, it's obviously not official. Nonetheless, it's still a pretty nice looking piece. And it's the only 1/6 scale Tifa figure that we currently have. So I mean, I'm really not going to complain too much. I think the figure looks great. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to check out this video. If you guys want to stay up to date with more Final Fantasy VII news and updates, then yeah, it would be awesome if you guys could subscribe to the channel. And be sure to hit that bell notification so that you guys are the first to see the video. And so my question for this video, have you guys completed the Final Fantasy VII Remake yet? What would you guys rate the game out of 10? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, let's get into the video. So as for the release date of the figure, it's going to be in the 4th quarter of 2020, so we still have quite a bit left to wait. And so as for the price, I mean, the figure really varies in price. From what I can see, it ranges from around $90 to $110, which I mean, it isn't a bad price. It's definitely much cheaper compared to other figures out there, and it's around the same price as a PlayArts Kai. It seems like a lot of these third-party companies are making a lot of these Final Fantasy statues and figures. I assume it's probably difficult to get the Final Fantasy VII license, so that's probably why there's so many of these third-party figures popping up. Now keep in mind, this figure is made by Super Duck, so as with most of their figures, they always include the head sculpt and the accessories and the clothing, but they never include the body. So that's just one thing to point out and to keep in mind. So yeah, I just want you guys to be aware of that. There's no body included with this figure. You have to buy the body separately. And so from what I can see, it looks like you need the Phicen S10 body. And one more thing to keep in mind is that you're going to have to build the figure by yourself. So you're going to have to put on all the clothing and all the accessories on the figure. But trust me, it's not as bad as it seems. It's pretty straightforward, so you really shouldn't have much of a problem. Here's just a quick look at the listing at what's included. So as I mentioned, we have the head sculpt, we have all the accessories and the clothing. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Super Duck, but yeah, this is the way that all their figures are laid out. Now don't get me wrong, it is a little bit strange that they just include the head sculpt and the clothing. But I mean, this is just the way that they've always been, so I mean, I really don't have too much of a problem. And as I mentioned, they're selling the figure at a pretty good price compared to if this figure was official. So I think the figure looks pretty good. I don't think the head sculpt looks that much like Tifa. It could definitely be improved. I think the PlayArts Kai head sculpt of Tifa from the remake is definitely the best head sculpt that I've ever seen of any figure out there on Tifa. But I mean, for a third party company, I mean, you really can't go wrong. I think they've done a pretty good job. And as you can see, it looks like the figure has real rooted hair, which is pretty impressive. It looks to be fairly good quality, and I've had a couple other Super Duck figures before in the past. And yeah, I can tell you guys that these figures are super high quality. They aren't cheap, they're actually pretty well made, so yeah, I can really vouch for the company. And I'm just happy that they're actually making Tifa, because otherwise we would probably never see an official 1/6 scale Tifa. So I'm just glad that they made this figure. It even looks like she has some type of earring, which is just a nice detail. And I think the paint job around her face, like around her eyes and the lips, are quite nicely done. She seems to have pretty clean paint apps. I think with a few modifications, the figure would look really good, so I think once we have the figure in hand, it's gonna look much better. As you guys can see, the clothing is made of real material. It seems to be some type of fabric or cotton material, I really don't know. And as for the skirt piece, it seems to be made out of some type of, I'm really not sure if it's leather or what it is, but it seems to be made out of a different type of material. So it's nice to see that we have a nice range of materials on the figure. The Phicen bodies are completely made out of rubber, so it's pretty soft to the touch and it's actually quite realistic. And so from what I can see, it looks like the figure has a super flexible body with a pale skin tone. I think it looks great. I mean, the figure looks excellent. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the figure, and yeah, I may pick it up. Let me know what you guys think of this figure in the comments below, if you guys like it, and if you're interested in picking it up. As I mentioned, this is probably going to be like one of the few 1/6 scale Tifa Lockhart figures that we have. So yeah, I think this figure is probably worth picking up. I mean, it's not the best looking figure, and it's probably not very accurate, but I think this is one of the best Tifa figures that I've seen. So yeah, I may go ahead and pre-order. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII news and updates. There's going to be a lot more videos on the way, guys, so hope you guys enjoy them. And yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great day. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take it easy, guys.